Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Now, something has been playing on my mind. Yesterday, Donald Trump came out and said twice that he wished Ghislaine Maxwell well. It's really sort of been disturbing me because why would the US president wish somebody who's been accused of sex trafficking of underage girls well? It just sort of doesn't make sense to me. And so I was just looking at all the permutations logically, going over and over in my mind what it could be, and didn't really come up with anything that was a satisfactory answer in my book. This morning, however, when I woke up, I had a psychic flash about it, and I very clearly saw Donald Trump handing Ghislaine Maxwell a bunch of flowers. Now, but it wasn't a normal bunch of flowers. It was quite a tall bunch, and they were like everlasting daisies, these tiny little daisies with the yellow centres, and it was just those with no other feature flowers. And I thought that's really, really strange, because normally when you have a bunch of flowers, you have some features like a big rose or a gerbera or something, so some feature flowers, but there was none. And then I heard the word filler, and then I thought, oh, okay, I get it. What he said was just a filler. It was the first thing that popped into his mind. But he was treading very carefully, I think, because he was trying to placate her in some way or offer her something. And so he's giving her the flowers, but they're not very good flowers because they don't have the feature flowers. They just are a filler. And so he's offering her something, but it's really not very much. And does he wish her well? Probably not, in fact. So I'm guessing now that he's nervous about her, what she knows, what evidence she has, and who is behind her, okay? Because it's not just her. She has at least $40 million that nobody seems to know where it comes from. 20 million, and this is according to reports. I don't actually know because I haven't seen her bank statements, obviously, but according to reports, she has 20 million in US bank accounts and a similar amount overseas, hidden in other bank accounts. And so where does all this money come from? Somebody gives it to her, obviously. And so, she's they're giving her the money, so she's answerable to them. So I thought we'd have a look at the cards and see what the cards have to say about why Donald Trump is wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well. It's very odd, isn't it? There's a big underground elite movement going on here that 99% of the population don't know about. So I'm going to pull 5 cards, and that one jumps out. Let me close my eyes. Why? Okay, so I can see a whole heap of steps here, and they're not very big steps, but this whole thing is extremely complicated, and there's lots and lots of actions and steps that they've had to do in order to cover their steps. Okay, so the card that comes up, it's all about the money, isn't it? 10 of Pentacles. First thing, because it did come up, I think 2 months ago, a couple of months ago, it came up about property, real estate deals. Okay, so part of it as to why it's coming up is to do with money, and particularly real estate deals. Okay, so there's a whole underground system of money that nobody knows anything about, but we're talking millions and millions and probably billions of dollars, in fact. And it's quite likely that these people are celebrating because they think that they've got away with so much in the past, but now the whole thing is slowly blowing open about Epstein. The celebrations will turn to tears, I'm sure. Let's have a look at the next card. I'm going to go with that one on top. Closing my eyes now, and what do I see? Why is Donald Trump wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well? Okay, yes. So Swiss bank accounts, I've got my computer open in front of me, like in spirit. I can see the laptop open and lots of transactions, money going back and forth in Swiss bank accounts and whatever. And I see doors opening into dark rooms. And there's people in the dark rooms. I could just see their eyes. It's a bit like wild animals, you know, at night when you see their eyes in the dark. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, and oh well, another great card. Traditionally, this is called the Thief in the Night card. Somebody stealing your money, or stealing possessions. This is the Seven of Swords. They can also be stealing self-respect, and certainly for those young girls that were trafficked, that certainly did happen, stealing their self-esteem. And people might say, oh, it's just a bit of fun, or it's, you know, casual sex, whatever reasons they want to use. It's like those women, now they're women, they have to live with that for the rest of their lives. And yes, something has been stolen from them and they have been taken advantage of. So this whole thing is much, much bigger than what we know. And the feeling I've got about it is that we're just at the beginning. We're just at the start. There's some other countries involved here too. I'm getting, I won't say which countries because, you know, wouldn't be very wise, but let's just say there's other countries pulling strings in the US government here. And what's the energy I get around that statement? Let's see. Well, that one, it's all about the money, honey. That one just pops out. And it's the Two of Pentacles. So financial transactions, lots of activity. It all boils down to money. So I'm not getting a yes or no on those other countries, but what I am getting is that money is the driving force. Okay, so it's not politics, it's not even power, it's just who can make the most money doing whatever they want. Okay, and the next card. How about the relationship between Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump? There's some sort of relationship because he wishes her well. You don't wish somebody well if you don't know them. And there's stacks of photos of them together. And he's come out and he said, yes, he did know her and they lived in Palm Beach, I think it was. So he did come across her. And why he would wish her well is just beyond me, because you would say something like, you'd want to distance yourself and you'd say something like, oh, yes, yeah, we lived in the same suburb or town or whatever you call it. The same area, but I haven't seen her for 20 years or something. You'd say something like that, not I wish her well. So, Five of Pentacles. This is very interesting, the relationship. It's based on a lack of money. Somehow they feed off each other perhaps and think that they'll get, somehow, you know, she's got contacts, you know, he supposedly has money. It's to do with wanting more money and never having enough. Too much and never enough, as the book says, by Mary Trump. So some depression, it's almost like the money wasn't there. It was like almost like running short of money or not having enough money to keep up your glamorous lifestyle or something like that. And that's the basis of this relationship. Is about money. Everything's about money so far in this reading, which is quite amazing. I don't think I've ever done a reading where every single card has been about money. It's just bizarre. Let's have a look at the last and final. Let's ask for the outcome. What happens between Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump because of this? Okay, and I'll close my eyes now. What do I see? What happens? I see a hand with a black glove. Okay, this is a woman's hand, so it's her. And she's drinking. There must be a fair bit of alcohol because I just saw this before, drinking and celebrating alcohol. So there must be a lot of that going on. I see a coach. It's like reminds me like a fantasy. Maybe this is one of her fantasies. And it's like, you know, the prince comes along and sweeps you up in the coach. What's that rhyme? I just can't remember. Or that nursery fantasy story about the pumpkin coach. The coach turns into a pumpkin. That's relevant here somehow, but I don't remember what the actual nursery story is. But yeah, I see her getting into this coach and being whisked away. It is possible, even if she goes to jail, she won't be in jail very long. Somehow she gets taken away in one of these fantasy coaches. So, Hierophant, all about knowledge and awareness. The only card not directly about money. The key, okay. I'm not sure who this is. This person has a lot of information and they will take action with it. So she's got the key. Actually, I've been seeing a silver key for about 3 or 4 days now. I thought it related to me. This morning I was awake about 4 a.m. and I had it going in my head and I was thinking, what's this key about? But here we have the key. So somebody with a lot of information is going to step forward, I feel, and we're going to get a lot more info about this. The money would be only indirectly involved because it would come through the information, but it is very odd to have 4 cards in a row about money and then knowledge. Okay, shortage of money. She's obviously very wealthy. She has more than $40 million, but it's definitely a theme of being concerned, losing money here. So some lost opportunities and some loss of money and feeling very depressed about that. And then this knowledge comes out. I'm just going to draw another card about that. I'm going to take that one there that's jumping out. Closing my eyes now. What do we need to know about knowledge? Ghislaine Maxwell and Donald Trump. What do we need to know? I've got a silver coin in front of me now. That usually means change, okay? So the nature of their relationship is transforming. I just see her disappearing somehow. And this is about happiness and joy. So she's going to be very happy if she can get swept away. I wonder if the disappearing in the fantasy coach is being pardoned. If there's a possibility that Donald Trump will pardon her, that would be, wow, that would be really dangerous with his base, to do that. But I mean, he did that with that judge, Roy, I've forgotten his last name, but it was reported, it's alleged that there were 14-year-old girls that he was interested in. And he's also done that, of course, with Roger Stone. So maybe it's, he was maybe Donald Trump was sending her a message saying, I wish her well twice. He might have been talking directly to her and dropping a little message about pardoning. But having said that, I'm not getting it really strongly, to be quite honest. So I wouldn't say with any confidence that that's going to happen. But of course, anything can happen in this administration, isn't it? That's the way it goes. Alrighty, so that's all I've got for you today. I will be going on right now with the Aquarius horoscopes for August and then Pisces. But as far as this matter goes, that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting and thought-provoking. Leave me a comment about what your theories are. Why did Donald Trump say this twice? Okay. All right. Have a lovely day. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell and give this video a like. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you shortly with Aquarius. Okay. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.